Welcome back to the Ramble On Podcast. Before you say anything, no, you're not saying anything back to us. I know how long it's been. It's been over a year because my friend Zane reminded me on the 1 year anniversary of the last episode.
Damn.
In, April. So, I'm very aware how long it's been. But I'm not even going to give an excuse of, life happens. Because it does. But also, that's just not a... No.
It's not a good excuse.
Not really at this point. But it's me, Ryan, and...
The Hunter Boy.
The Hunter Boy, as his PS network name is Hizzle. I'm throwing that out there, giving a shout out. Basically today I think what we're going to talk about is mostly Hunter, because that's pretty much what he wanted to talk about, and I really didn't know what to talk about. I do have a whole episode coming in, well, I don't know if it's next week, but the next episode we're going to have a special guest. It's going to be me and a special co-host, talking about body image and beauty standards and things like that for both men and women inclusively. I said exclusively. And look out for that, but for now it's going to be mainly, to make up for it, I feel like it's going to be mainly a Hunter episode, because what have you been up to while we've been gone?
Since the last episode, literally, I realized it's been so long, I hadn't even started doing Ninja Warrior since we last did our episode. I started doing Ninja Warrior back in June, mid-June of 2021, and literally, it's been, the biggest part of my life since then. I go to classes every week now. Literally, they had the first graduation 2 months after I started going to Amp Academy, which is the Ninja Warrior place I go to, and...
Shout out.
And literally, after 2 months of me going there, I got rank 3 of the Ninja Warrior graduation, one of 3 people to do that at all. Other people have been going there so much longer than me, and now there's countless videos of me doing that stuff on my TikTok.
Shout out.
The real Hunter Kadima. Let's go. That's my username. And then...
there would be a fake one.
I know, it's hilarious. That's why I did it. And then, in the next... I'm already training because the rank 4 graduation's coming up soon. September 25th. There's gonna be the next graduation. There's so much stuff I gotta do. Still haven't gotten down the most, iconic obstacle in the entire show. The warped wall. Still haven't gotten that one yet. It's 14 feet tall, the place I go to at least, and on the show it's 14 and a half. I still haven't even gotten this one yet. I'm getting close to that though, and soon they're bringing back the salmon ladder, which is basically you get a bar and you're on 2 rungs on the sides. You gotta jump up it 4 times. I've done one after 15 minutes one time, and that one's gonna be intimidating. But I've been working out every day, doing pull-ups and stuff,
He does pull-ups it's nobody's business.
Dude, I can do, my record is 15, which is all I need for the curriculum at least.
Curriculum.
I know, it's cool. And then I can do 5 L-sit pull-ups pretty consistently. I did 10 the other day, which is when you're hanging from a bar and you stick your legs out in front of you. I can do 10 of those, which I have crazy core and upper body strength and stuff. I gotta get better with my balance, if anything, because you gotta do the slack line. We bought our own slack line to hopefully set up in the backyard soon to practice that more, because balance is definitely my weakest point, so I got to get better with that. And I'm also scared because you got to practice flexibility and stuff. I can barely even touch my toes most of the time.
I can barely,
just bending down.
It's it blows my voice crack. It blows my mind that he can't touch his toes. He kind of can now, but I remember why do I keep voice cracking? Oh my god. But anyway. For most of our life, I remember, he just would be, try to touch his toes, and he'd be in physical pain trying to touch his toes. And then, it's just, I don't know.
My friggin' 63-year-old grandmother did it with ease in front of me, and I'm like...
With ease.
And, I can't do any of this. I did a friggin' 6-finger pull-up on half an inch of which the door frames are, but I can't even barely do that.
That's okay, because Velo showed me up too. I'll never forget when I was 13. Or 11. It was one of those ages, I don't know. But whatever. I feel like those are very prominent ages, that you can remember in your head. So it was one of those. And I was in the backyard trying to do a cartwheel because I could not learn how to do a cartwheel for the life of me, dude. It was so bad. I could not do it at all. And she comes up, so this is years and years ago. So she was in her early 50s probably, but still cartwheel with ease. And I was like, How did you just do that to me right now? I'm so glad no one was here because I would be crying.
Literally, she also told me she used to be able to do a back bend by just standing up and going back. There's one girl in my class, in my Ninja Warrior class, who can do that, and I've said to her, like, I don't understand how you can even do that. And she's the youngest one there. She's not even, like, the class I go to, it's technically they call it the adult class. It's just 13 plus, which I find weird. But she's not even that old. She literally was just that good that they put her in that class. And then,
oh, seriously?
I think she's like 12, probably. I think she got to be at least that young, because they told me that about her, that she's not even that old enough. She's supposed to be in a adult class. But literally, she just can bend back and do that. It's ridiculous. And, like, she's hella good. And, like, my peak, like, my best things that I can do in Ninja Warrior and just workouts in general, upper body and core strength, definitely. I could work on my leg strength and, like, balance more. But, like, one thing I noticed even trying the warped wall, people have pointed out to me a lot, I struggle to even run straight a lot of the time. Even just on walks, I'll just be walking into the people I'm on walks with half the time, because I can't even walk straight. Like, I'm trying to run up the thing, and I'm damn near falling off to the side of the warped wall, because I can't even go upright.
Really?
It's terrible. I don't know why.
Do your feet curve in when you walk like Sierra and I do?
I think so. Because Sierra pointed that out to me one time, too. It's our sister. I don't know if I mentioned that. And then,
shout out, she's listening.
Probably, yeah.
Shout out to Nate, because Nate's probably listening with her.
And, yeah, literally, I just try to run forward, and I just end up going off to the side. I don't understand how to fix that. I'm just trying to get better with a balance and everything, because I cannot even get my walking down. So, like, I gotta figure that out. I'm much better with hanging stuff and upper body strength kind of stuff.
The slack line will probably help you with that, too, because you'll be forced to be walking in a perfectly straight line. So it'll probably help you with that.
Yeah. I've gotten the slack line a few times, but every single time I've done it, it's just been like full sprinting across it with no like control or consistency at all. So that's something I want to be able to practice more so I can do it consistently. Because if you can't do it consistently, there's not much hope there to be able to actually do it when I need to. So, but like, I gotta practice that. Because the way I do most things in Ninja Warrior is I just fully commit. I'm not necessarily the best with technicality a lot of the time. I just fully, like, do the most explosive, dynamic things all the time. And I'm not the best with the balance or anything. Or, like, getting the technique down for all stuff necessarily. I'm trying to get better with that.
He'll be watching videos sometimes of people doing Ninja Warrior, or like they're just at the gym and stuff like that, like world record weightlifters and shit like that, or just like random YouTubers. I don't know, because I remember one time being like, that guy's form doesn't look right, like he's gonna injure himself, and he was just like, I don't even know what that means, but like I just kind of do my stuff.
There's I've seen that on Ninja Warrior sometimes though, because obviously I plan to be an instructor at Imp Academy eventually to teach kids Ninja Warrior and stuff. I'm getting there eventually. I gotta get a rank 4, and then the next step is I'll be able to, after that I can figure out how to become an instructor, which would be cool. But also, so I need to learn how to explain how to do the things I do, and not just be able to do it and be like, okay, cool. Because I brute force my way through things a lot of the time, so I'm trying to figure out techniques more, so I can like at least like pick apart videos of me doing it to figure out how to improve myself and teach other people. Because that's definitely would be a big help, and I'm not the best at that. Like, I was watching, I've saved several Ninja Warrior videos on TikTok, just to try to see people's form and figure out how I can do this better. Like, Najee Richardson's world record Lachey, my boy went 18 feet, and, like, looked like a whole gymnast. That did a 360 around the bar to get that momentum. I gotta figure out how that's even possible to try to get my furthest, because my furthest was 8 feet across and 1 foot drop, so, which was pretty cool. I can do 8 feet pretty consistently now, but like that's still ridiculous. And also they're bringing back the devil step soon to the place I go to, which is, it's like stairs except you're underneath kinda, and you each step you have to climb up with your arms instead. I've been able to do that one pretty consistently for a while, but everything else about the balance and everything is terrifying me. That's the biggest scare about the graduation.
What is the obstacle called where you have to go back and forth? Like, it usually starts right at the
Quad
beginning.
steps?
Okay, because that's what I pictured in my head when you said that until you explained it.
Oh, the devil steps, yeah.
Yeah, Because I knew it was something steps, but and they usually have the beginning of the course on Ninja Warrior, so I wasn't sure what they were called.
Yeah, there's the quad steps, which is just like literally just steps that are like at an angle. Usually the first obstacle, just go left and right off them. But then there's I think it's later in the show sometimes the first obstacle they have the floating steps, which is just that, except they're also going upwards on them, like everyone's higher than the other one. The first obstacle is always usually pretty easy, but and something that they have us practice a lot that I honestly because technically I went to Amp Academy and also Vitality to train Ninja Warrior back when I was 11, and even then I could do the tractor wheels pretty easily, it literally just looks like a tractor wheel that you can just walk on, you just walk on it like you're in a friggin' circus, and it looks pretty cool. And
That's balance right there.
Yeah, so many people have said that one looks tough. I don't know why. I can do that one easily. I've gone backwards, gone back and forth.
I remember
that. It's pretty easy. But that one, I don't know. That one's been a lot more easy. Some things in the curriculum, I'm not 100% sure what they actually mean, but I feel like I can figure it out pretty easily. I've been trying to get some more specific stuff down, because with Ninja Warrior, they always add new obstacles when you least expect it, usually. At least for this, you have a curriculum, but usually you have to just train vastly about just overall things like upper body strength and explosiveness and dynamic moves, so you can understand how to get that when you figure out when a new obstacle shows up. Because on Ninja Warrior, so it's been on for 13 years, they always gotta think of new obstacles that people submit in. You gotta build that, and then no one's ever trained on these because they're new, so you gotta just be able to adapt and overcome it pretty much. So that's definitely one of the hard parts, but it's cool to just have to train overall for these kinds of things.
What is your, I guess, goal? What is the thing that you want to learn how to do the most?
The warped wall right now.
The warped wall?
Because it's literally the most iconic one. The stamina ladder I'm feeling more confident on because I'm good with upper body strength and explosiveness and stuff. But the warped wall I've been consistently trying for over a year now. I have not gotten it. I've gotten better because the old one was 13.5 feet tall, and I couldn't get that. And now I can get that quite consistently, but the new one's 14 feet, and the one in the actual show is 14.5 feet. But after I get this one, the 14-foot one, and consistently, and also maybe the salmon ladder consistently, that's when I'd feel comfortable trying to get on the show, since they lowered the age range and people as young as 15 can go on now, and I'm 16 now. So I'd love to try to do that. And I was scared for a while to think about what I would be able to even say on the video that I send in, but because all these people always have the saddest possible stories about stuff, and I'm I don't know I just want to do this because it's fun, man. But a lot of people say that too. You can just talk about how you've been training, show some clips, and I have a bunch of clips now, and I'm sure Rand could film with her professional cameras to make it look cool. And about me just talking about basically a testimonial of how much I enjoy this kind of stuff and just show off. That's basically what it is. So I'm sure I could do that once I get those down and feel like I'm ready. But I'm getting there, which is pretty cool since I've barely been doing this for a while. I literally did it first when I was 11 for probably less than a year, and then took a 4-year break, and I got back into it last year.
Yeah, it bothers me so much that he can do push-ups, because even, I know you train now consistently,
Mm-hmm.
but even before you did, you could already do push-ups. And even when I was at the peak of me going to the gym constantly and stuff like that, a healthy way, but a peak of doing that last year, I still couldn't do a pull-up. And that's always been my goal. I can do push-ups, I can't do pull-ups. It's just been my goal for as long as I can remember. And I don't know. I know there's other things deadlift 300 pounds, bench press 200 pounds. There's other things that could be a goal, and I'll get there too. But I want to be able to do a pull-up, and it's just man, I'm gonna get there. I know I will, but I just can't yet. When I'm able to afford a gym membership more consistently and everything, I'm definitely gonna be going back, because I love the gym too. It just it's good for my mental health, and it just makes me feel good about myself and stuff like that. And lifting weights is really good for me and everything like that. But the pull-up, man, I gotta get the damn pull-up. And just seeing him do them with ease, in the middle of our
It makes me so mad. I've seen it. It's funny.
It's so frustrating.
I can admit I was just naturally gifted with the upper body, at least. You definitely have the balance and flexibility over me, and most people do. But I can at least do a back bend now, just from the actual back bend starting position. But not, instead of just standing up like that crazy girl. That's insane. But yeah, I can do like explosive pull-ups. I think my record, yeah, I did. My record was 15 pull-ups, and for the curriculum, I need to be able to do 50 push-ups nonstop, and
That's crazy.
I think my record was 27, and
50, really?
yeah, I can. It's also you have to do 50 sit-ups, but for some reason that's way easier, even though I feel like my arms are way stronger. Dude, they had us do pistol squats a while ago. I've gotten better at it, but pistol squats, it's literally one leg squats with the other leg just sticking out, and it's crazy. Just having the balance and leg strength to do that, it's insane.
I make the joke too. It's like I don't have many things over him, but I could do a split, and he can't do a split.
Yeah, that's another thing we need to be able to do for the curriculum, which terrifies me. A front split and a straddle split, and bend down, touch your toes. You have to be able to put your fists to the ground, which I...
See, I can do that. I can, like, literally hug, like, bend all the way down and put my arms around my calves.
It's
just,
insane. And, I have a question. I'm sure you don't know as many as me, but if you do, what obstacle do you think you have the highest chance of being able to do if you were to try one?
I don't even remember all the fucking obstacles. It's gonna be, I don't know. The easiest one is just
the quad steps?
The quad steps.
True.
I'm sure there's others I could actually do. Nothing with super crazy upper arm. Maybe some of the balance obstacles, like when they have like the 3 balls, the giant like round, balls.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna laugh when I said it. And you have to like jump across them. Or there's one, they have like.
I'm sure you could do the slack line better than me.
True. And they have like the standing, very thin like squares.
Oh yeah.
That like tip over, like dominoes.
Domino, that's what it's called, the domino run.
Domino run, okay. I could probably do that too. Because
Yeah.
my balance is pretty good, and I'm pretty fast, so I could probably do those.
Do you think you could do the tractor wheels? You've seen those.
That's just a wheel that you, like, walk across?
Pretty much, yeah.
Maybe.
I think you can do those pretty easily.
Because they're not super thin, they're, like, thick. They're like tractor wheels.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, duh. But,
And luckily on the show, like, it's even a joke, like, on the show, they're like, no one likes balance obstacles. The whole Ninja Warrior just train upper body most of the time. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And people, but, like, now in the most recent seasons, they have split decision, do this crazy upper body one after this whole course of already upper body stuff, or you can just go for the balance obstacle. And still 90% of the time, people go for the upper body stuff because no one trains balance as much. But I feel like you would always go for those because it's that's a lot more in your field.
And my legs are way stronger than my arms. My shoulders are pretty strong, like decently strong. I haven't been to the gym in a while, but I have some weights that I use at home, and I do what I can. But my legs have always been stronger than my arms, which is fine with me. But there's parts of me that still want to have that like Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, like upper body physique. Not even like comparison, like negatively. But just, like, because it looks so cool and I want to be able to lift that much. It's just, like, I admire them so much.
You know what's crazy about me, too? Like, even, I'm getting kind of muscular now. I kind of get biceps and I kind of got abs now, it looks like.
Abs.
But, like, even before I had as much as that, like, when I wasn't doing this for as long, I was still really strong when it didn't even look like it. Like, I'm, like, 115 pounds, maybe, and I like, that's what makes it easy in Ninja Warrior, though. That's, like, one of the few sports it's ideal to be, like, way short and, like, not bulked up at all, because you can just throw yourself around way easier. And, like, it's cool.
I remember you were watching a video yesterday, this guy, if you remember his name, you can shout him out, but he was doing, like, if you can bench press this much weight, I'll give you that much money.
Mm. And
there was one guy who deadlifted 500 pounds, and he was like, dude, that's my big goal, that's my fitness goal to deadlift 500 pounds. Like, how do you do that? And the guy would just, like, eat more food.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
I eat food all the time, and I'm still skinny as hell. I don't know how. But, dude, they had this obstacle a while ago, the rolling dice. It was, like, there was a square on top of this thing, and it was 4 bars on each. It was like 1 bar on each corner of it. You had to like move it across, like grab the bottom of the square, and then grab the top and like pull it across. It was crazy. I got that one eventually though. One time there was a little dog next to it, so I tried to put it down lightly and as slowly as possible. It was great, because that little dog was shaking. It was great though. But, dude, I still want to be able to do a muscle up. I can kind of do a muscle up now, but I have to like do the kip up into it. It's that kind of stuff's really hard though.
I like the monkey bars at the playground, but it's just like, it looks like a pull-up bar, like those. Mm-hmm. I used to try and do pull-ups on those all the time. I think I may have like
winded yourself.
That was actually the monkey bars. I was wearing a sweater that the sleeves were too long for me, and I like jumped out to grab the monkey bars, and my sleeve slipped onto my hand and onto the bar, and I just went whoop backwards onto my back like Charlie Brown when he tries to kick the football. And my friend was like, are you okay? Are you okay? Where are you okay? And then I was like, and, like I could not breathe because I was totally winded. I like could not speak.
Dude, that reminds me actually back when it happened a while ago now, and I've told the story so many times that I forgot because it's been a while on the podcast. But one time at the old Amp Academy, because I moved buildings, but I was trying to go for this lache. Lache is basically when you grab a bar, you swing, and you jump to the next bar and catch on your hands. That's how it is. And you, like, I was going for one that was way out of my comfort zone at that point. It was way too further than I've done probably. And my hand just fully slipped out. I'm like 8 feet in the air, and I just landed flat on my back. There wasn't any mat there. I was winded for like several minutes. That was terrifying. Because the way I used to do laches, I would literally swing until I have the momentum and I'm literally horizontal, and then I would just let go, and if I grab it, good. And if I don't, I'm screwed. That had never happened yet. But then that happened, and I was like, I had to change up my strategy. Now I kind of just do more of an explosive diagonal pull-up, so I'm still vertical in the air, so if I miss, I'm not injured. At most, I'll just hurt my legs if I land wrong. But, like, it's way, way safer. I've learned how to do things more safe instead of just full sending it. I still do that a lot, but, like, more safely. It still looks crazy, but, like, I'm getting better with that.
Yeah, that's something I feel like, not to say this in, like, a condescending way, but I feel like the technicality of some stuff is something... Just like the lache, not even multiple things, not like is something you could work on though. Yeah. Because I'm only saying that because like you like you said, you don't want to be injured, you don't want to like injure yourself or anything like that. And with the lache, it's definitely a scary thing because landing flat on your back is not good like that, or landing on your feet. But like if you're 8 feet in the air, bad on your ankle, like something could go wrong. So learning how to do it the correct the correct way, like with the correct form and stuff like that, is definitely a good idea. And that's why the instructors there seem very thorough and stuff like that too. And you go to like open gym and stuff like that sometimes where you can kind of just teach yourself and like practice and stuff like that, which is really cool. But there's always people watching, I think, no matter what, because like something happens, I'm sure you have to sign a form or something, but if something happens, someone gets injured, that's on their name of their place.
My instructor mentioned that a lot. It's like, we have to you can go for whatever you want, but you gotta stay safe or else I'm in trouble. Yeah. And, like, dude, I wore myself out recently because I went to open practice almost every day that week, and even there was, like, 2 days that didn't go, and I still worked out other ways, and literally these 3 things happened in a row. On Friday, I ran the warped wall for 40 minutes almost nonstop, and then Saturday, I went to a trampoline park for 2 hours, and then the next day, I walked 30 minutes to Amp Academy and tried to run the warped wall again. But at that point, before I even got there, I realized my legs were not going to work that day. So my dad called me a cab back, and I was like, that's when I took a break for a few days because I was pushing myself too hard. I got to at least work on different sections because the 40 minutes of the warped wall and then a trampoline park for 2 hours the next day is ridiculous.
I've struggled with that in the past too, because usually the way I work out, the way I feel it the most, because the thing is with me, if I don't like start sweating profusely, sounds gross, I'm so sorry, if I don't start sweating profusely and my body is sore and like I'm so out of breath, if I'm not like that, I don't feel the workout as much. Like I push myself too hard sometimes, but I always do like HIIT workouts and like HIIT full body workouts. So I'm like working my arms, then I'll work my legs, then I'll work my core, then I'll work my arms, then I'll work my core, then I'll work my legs. It's just like all back and forth, but it's full body. So then the next day, sometimes I'm like, I want to work out again, but damn, every inch of my body feels like I can't move right now.
And I remember I got like bad shin pain for a while because I jumped off of our camper way too many times, just straight off, and which is literally 8 foot 8 inch tall camper. Yeah, I measured it today. I wanted to know if Omos was as tall as the wrestler because it's very important knowledge to have for sure.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, that hurt my shins for a while. Which I know at that point I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna jump off things, and if it doesn't hurt immediately, I'll be fine. I've definitely realized recently that a lot of times you'll just feel it the next day. Like when I was at the trampoline park recently, I literally tried to do a backflip, landed directly on my neck on the trampoline, and I was like, oh wow, that was crazy, but it didn't hurt right now really. Then the next day my neck was in pain for a while.
Yeah, that scared me so much when you said that, because I just think of like Edge and Daniel Bryan and Paige. No! And Paige, I might cut that. Like, can we say his name? It's like Voldemort, but it's worse. But I think of all these, like, injuries that these wrestlers have had, and it, like, really scares me, but that's because I have anxiety. Crippling, high-functioning anxiety and fear about things like that. So I overthink things and think of the worst possible things that could happen and everything. I said thing a lot, but my vocabulary is very... We're recording at, like, 9 o'clock at night, and I have had an off day today, so my vocabulary, I was going to say it with an accent, is not there right now.
So you think your legs are the strongest part of your body?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't...
Absolutely.
I feel like my legs are the weakest part of my body. I have strong legs in the sense that I can, because I pointed that out to my instructor one time. I'm like, I feel like I have weak legs. But he was like, bro, you jumped 4 feet in the air recently. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good at explosive stuff like that, because that's literally my record. I got to run up and jumped. I almost said jamped again. I made up that word when I was like 8. I really thought the past tense of jump was jamp. Anyway, I jumped like 4 feet in the air, like just straight onto another block. It was like really close, but it's flat 4 feet in the air. It's crazy. But like with like being the technique and the precision of running with my legs, I'm not good with that kind of stuff. Or like I feel like I couldn't lift weights as much with my legs as much as I could with my arms.
I could leg press. I think about 100 pounds when I was going to the gym. Wait, could I leg curl or leg press? I don't remember. Oh, no, I could leg press about 100 pounds. I could leg curl about 80. So, my legs, I don't know, I know that's not nothing crazy, but, like, for me, that was really cool, and I felt very proud of myself for that. There's nothing like the day after working your legs and your ass, and then it's like, you go to sit down, and then it's like, oh, God, I can't even sit on the toilet because my legs are in so much pain.
I once did a dead hang with, like, a 100-pound person on my back. So that was fun.
I didn't even know that.
I tried to do a pull-up. That didn't quite work, but I still did a dead hang with a human being on my back. Very light person for that record, but it's still like 100 pounds at least.
With a human being on my back. I learned I could jump decently high, too, and Hunter and I were working out one day. He was showing me some stuff that he has to do for the graduation for Amp Academy, and I was just showing him some exercises that I do as well. And then he did, like, what do you call it? Just a jump?
Just a box jump?
Box jump, yeah, okay, I forgot. Because you weren't jumping on anything, I didn't know if it was a box jump. But, so I tried to jump, too, and I jumped, like, almost as high as where our TV is on a TV stand. So I was like, hey, yo, that's pretty good. Because, like, with my knees up, though. Like, otherwise, I'm, like, 3 inches off the ground. It's pathetic.
That's what a box jump is, though. If you can jump without you're putting your knees up after, that's just how high your vertical jump is. Mine isn't that good either. I got like probably a foot without that. But one time I tried to do a box jump with one leg. I think the highest I got was like 2 feet.
How do you even do that? Doesn't sound like healthy.
I don't know. Yeah, it probably wasn't the best idea. One other thing I need to learn how to do more safely too is, I know when you fall backwards, you're not supposed to put your arms behind you to stop you, because you're gonna you could break your wrists.
Yeah.
But I just do that instinctively all the time. I haven't gotten hurt yet, luckily, but I know that's not the best idea, but I don't know how else you're supposed to do it, because I feel like I'm just going to land on my back, and it's going to hurt a lot anyway. I'm going to, bruise my tailbone or something.
Yeah, that's probably not good for you either. It's like, I don't know how to do it on hardwood, not hardwood, but on, just hard floors. I know how to take a back bump, but that's probably completely different, because there's shit on the ring other than just wood. Like,
I've jumped onto, I box jumped onto my dresser to practice a lot of the time, which is literally, 38 inches. And one time I just didn't make it, and I fell backwards, and I just used my arms to stop me, and I was like, afterwards I realized, ooh, that could have been really bad, though. Mm-hmm. I don't know how else I'm supposed to do that, though, so I just took a break from that, but, I don't know.
Especially since you could have hit your head on your bed, because it's not that far from there.
True.
And everything like that, so it's really not the best place to do it, but I understand that you want to do these things. I sound like Merlin. You think you can do these things and you just can't, Nemo. But it's hard when you want to do something and you can't, you don't have the accessibility to do it and everything like that. I could have just said the access, but you know what I mean.
I've seen in shows and movies that always seems to be the bane of everyone's existence.
Hannah Montana.
Yeah, that's what it was. And literally on the curriculum, it was climb the rope with no legs and arms only, and I was like, I had literally I don't think I've ever climbed it with my legs. I never even thought to try that, so I did that super easily, and then I tried to make it even harder. I climbed 2 ropes at the same time. They were right next to each other. I climbed the whole rope in an L-sit the entire time. It's crazy. I can hold on to the rope with one hand, just hanging there. It's crazy. And there's one of the obstacles, the tree hugger. It's basically just what it sounds like. It's just a bar that's vertical and just a lot thicker, so you can like hug it like a koala. And there was one obstacle where you had to jump onto that, and it would slide down a bar, and you would have to dismount onto like the weight on the ground. But we were doing this in class, so we were just like at a set place. And after everyone went, I think I was the last person to go, and then I landed, and then he just kept making it further from me because kept doing it, and then I got the further one like 3 times. Then I was like, okay, that's my limit. But that was crazy. I just kept showing everyone up on that. I'm good at the tree huggers. And then something I don't quite understand yet is wall runs. Just a vertical wall that you just run up to, and you can like jump off of to get higher. Like, cause that's one of the things they do a lot. Like, just run straight up a vertical wall. Like, they can do pretty high. And, like, I can't quite get that down.
I don't even understand that. Like, I know what you mean, but I don't even... I'm gonna have to look up a video of that or something, because I don't even understand.
It's my same predicament with the warped wall, even though it's, warped. You get to the... Once you get to the point that it's high enough where you should jump to try to get to the top, it's, like, almost horizontal. It was, like, almost vertical, so you're just gonna jump and go backwards, it feels like. So, like, I still am trying to figure that out.
Warped wall scares me, but I'd like to try it.
Yeah. One of the things I'm really good at, though, is dinos. You have to be able to do a 3-foot dino, which is... It's a funny name, I know. You have to... It's like when you're grabbing onto something, like just a flat surface with your hands, and then...
Like your fingertips?
Yeah. And then you try to just push off and, like, throw yourself up as high as you can, or, like sideways, just, like, dino... Like, aerial moves like that. And you have to be able to do it 3 feet up. I feel like I could do that pretty easily, because I have really explosive arms and stuff.
Explosive. I love that's the word of the day, everyone. Is explosive.
It's people say that a lot in Ninja Warrior, honestly. But yeah, I never noticed that.
I'm gonna name this episode the Explosive episode.
The Explosive Podcast. And also something I've been thinking about trying soon is Ninja Warrior competitions, because they have some of those around me at Vitality sometimes, and there's actual cash prizes. It only costs like $50 to try, and if you get first place, you get like $5,000. So like that'd be awesome. Even like second and third place gets some money, I'm pretty sure. And friggin' Donovan Matoyer is one of my favorite Ninja Warriors, because I'm going from place to place. This is how my mind works. But I thought I saw a video of him one time. He's the guy who always dresses up in the 3-piece suit all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he literally always, just to show off, does the warped wall and then does a 360 and grabs it. And I'm like, bro, even my instructor tried that recently, and he could not do it on the 10-foot wall. He couldn't even do a 180 on it, because it's ridiculous. But, like, and also I've been watching a lot of the TikToks of Electric Enzo. I don't remember his actual name, something Enzo, but that's his nickname. And he called it cookie monster, let's say. It's what he called it, because it was a slot. There's a little hold that's a slot. You usually just jump and put your hands in it. But he was doing it he was holding these 2 rings. They were on a bar, and he was swinging back and forth. And then he jumped and kept holding one of the rings and put it in the little slot from 11 feet away. It was ridiculous.
That's a good cookie cutter or cookie monster. Cookie cutter would be a better name. But that is a good name for it, because it's literally... Or like puzzle piece or something like that. But that shit's insane. Some of the things these people can do are really crazy. The kid that won last year in Ninja Warrior, wasn't he like 16?
Yeah, Caden Lepsack. He's literally my age now. It was his first time doing it, because it was the first season they allowed people under 19.
Really? So they put that much of an age difference?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. I thought it was from like 18 to 16, or like I know 19 is not that much.
It's 19 to 15.
Oh, okay. 15.
Yeah,
you said 15. That's like crazy. Yeah, it was.
Because they literally said they
right?
saw, huh?
It was his rookie season, right?
Yeah, they literally said they saw so many good clips of people younger that they were like, we gotta change the age limit, because these people can do better than a lot of the professionals. And like, and there was literally like it was like a takeover. So many of the younger people were just doing so much better than some of the classics, and it was insane.
Casey Catanzaro, who was one of the first... She was the first woman to, like, do something.
She was the shortest... I'm pretty sure one of the... Oh, no, yeah, she was the first woman to do the warped wall, I think.
Okay, I thought so. I wasn't sure if that was her.
The first or the shortest, I don't know.
I wasn't sure if that was her or... Megan
Rowe?
No, I can't remember her name. It's Megan something. I was going to say Meghan Markle, but it's not Meghan
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion. It was Megan Thee Stallion. No. But what her name right now is it Cadence Carter? I get her and her tiny partner mixed up, but she's in NXT with WWE right now, and she and her partner just won the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships, and I was like, that's awesome. She's a very good example of someone who came from a different sport and came into the business of WWE, of wrestling, of the industry in general, and really put the work in to focus on wrestling instead of being like, you know, MMA or something like that. I'm not saying everyone who comes from MMA or UFC is bad, because they're not. But some people just don't take the time to put as much effort into the wrestling aspect. And she really is really talented at wrestling now. And I'm really appreciative, as a long-time wrestling fan, I really appreciate how much hard work she's put into the craft and everything like that. I really admire it, because she was great at Ninja Warrior and she's great at this now, and I think it'd be really interesting to see if she went back to Ninja Warrior too, to see how much her physique has changed.
She hinted at that recently. She was on the screen watching someone, and Zuri Hall, the person who like announces everyone coming out, she was like, "So, do you think you'd ever come back?" She's like, "I don't know, we'll see." And I'm like, "Man, I hope so. That'd be cool."
It's a very different physique. Not that there's a better physique or a worse physique, but a very different physique needed for wrestling and Ninja
she's very
Warrior.
small too. She's
very
like
small.
5 foot maybe.
And I say needed very loosely, because you don't need a certain physique for wrestling, but you need a certain strength. Yeah, you need a certain amount of strength so that your bones don't break or your ribs don't crack as soon as you take a back bump or something like that. You know what I mean? You need some form of strength, but it's very different between wrestling and Ninja Warrior. So it'd be very interesting to see her come back to Ninja Warrior and see what she could do and see what she wouldn't be able to do, or see what she'd have to train extra for Ninja Warrior and things like that, because it's such a different dynamic, and that would be really, really interesting to see.
Speaking of wrestling, ex-Ninja Warrior, I remember when Zach Gowen came on Ninja Warrior one time. He's a little wrestler that has one leg. He didn't even put on his prosthetic leg for the run. He went across the quad steps, like, with ease.
I forgot about that.
And it was the rising quad steps too, I'm pretty sure. It was the floating ones. So he went up with that. It was insane. And then he didn't even, I was excited to see him try the warped wall, honestly, but he didn't make it there.
I didn't think so.
He fell on some upper body obstacle, ironically. I don't remember which one, but I was just impressed that he even made it that far. Like, it got me thinking about what wrestlers would be good on that. That'd be an interesting thing to see.
And he's like 40 now, isn't he?
I think so.
They've had ninjas.
It was like 6 years ago, but yeah, the most recently this season, the geriatric ninja. My guy was 70 years old.
Oh, 70. Okay, I was gonna say, because I think the highest they've gone is like 60, but 70. Damn.
He's been trying for a few years too. I remember him last year because I laughed that he was 69.
Good for him. Good for him, honestly. But so yeah, it's like.
He made it through at least one obstacle, I remember. Like, he did decent. For his age, at least, yeah.
I feel like, I thought he went farther than that. But
yeah, probably. I just remember he at least did something.
He at least did something, yep.
Which is good enough for even trying at that age.
And they even have Kids Ninja Warrior.
Oh, yeah, I think it's just called American Ninja Warrior Junior. Yeah, it's under 15 now. And so many of the new teenagers can't come from Ninja Warrior Junior, because they've been doing that for years already, so they just come easily into this.
Like that kid who looks like a Roblox.
Vance Walker?
Yes! How did you know?
I was just gonna mention him. He so does look like a Roblox. I'm sorry. But, dude, literally, until he came on...
Vance.
I know, right? Until he came on the actual Ninja Warrior, not the Junior one, he had literally never fallen on an obstacle yet. He'd been going for so long, and I think he fell for the first time recently. But, like, he was on a streak like crazy. That guy is so good. It's insane.
Yeah, because I feel like he even did a full season or made it to, like, stage 3 of his first full season on actual Ninja Warrior without falling on a single obstacle, which is crazy.
It's insane.
It's really interesting to see a lot of the junior kids come up and do Ninja Warrior now that they're of age, and because they lowered the age and everything like that. It's really cool to see that, because... One, it feels like sometimes they age so much in just a year. It's, like, so weird to see. But it's also, like, they have their own legacy already, and they're, like, 13. And now they're, like, 15.
I feel like Ninja Warrior is the only sport where men and women can compete, which I love. Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true. But they still, to a point, I guess, because they still have different categories, don't they?
No. The men and women have competed against each other. Like,
But they still have different, like, on the scoreboard.
Oh, true.
So, like, which I understand that, I guess.
I just mean, like, in races and stuff, they've gone against each other.
I didn't know that, though.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
That's cool.
Because I know for Ninja Warrior, there'll be, like, a list of women, then a list of men. Like, because one woman could compete the course, and then a guy couldn't, but he could still qualify.
Because he was in the top of the men.
Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna end it there. It's kind of getting late. I had a bit of a rough day, and I want to go to bed. This should be up very soon. We're recording it Saturday night. I think it should be up tomorrow, honestly. So, if you are listening to this on Sunday, hello, happy Jesus Day. And if not, if you're listening to this any other day, just thank you for listening. We really appreciate it.
I'm glad I got to talk about my favorite thing forever without anyone stopping me.
A very explosive conversation. And and thank you for listening. Please come back. Next week, we're going to have a special co-host. It's going to be me and someone else. And then the week after that, we will be back to normal, me and Hunter, figuring out something to talk about. Please submit topics down below. We've both really been into fashion lately. Hunter doesn't know a lot of... I'm not like
anything about it. I just see things and I'm like, that looks cool, I'd wear it. Yeah. I don't know names or whatever you know about it.
I'm not calling you out when I say that, but he doesn't, like, he said it himself, he doesn't know a lot about it. So I think that might be a fun dynamic even if we have to do like a video podcast. I have a camera, we could do that. And
you have good cameras, you're literally a photographer.
Yeah. We could do a whole episode where, like, we look through his wardrobe, we look through my wardrobe, we switch outfits, like wardrobe pieces.
I would love to switch outfits with you.
That would be really fun. Maybe we could do something like that. So let us know if you're interested in that below. Let us know if you have any recommendations for topics to talk about. We will be back next week. Thank you for listening. Hunter, is there anything you'd like to say? I guess we'll just end it there. Thank you for listening.